Hello everyone, welcome to Open House Thursday. My name is Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hi ladies.
Hello, Mariah.
In the building.
Yo, yo, yo.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Morning.
Do you know what time I woke up today?
What time?
2:30.
Why?
I don't know.
Slept early.
I didn't even sleep that early. And I couldn't sleep after that. So I'm a totally exhausted person here.
From here, you're probably going straight to bed.
I can't even go to bed. Today we have rehearsals. Huh?
I like your toenails.
Thank you. You said so earlier.
Yeah.
So because of you, I posted the picture on Instagram.
Yes, they're really nice. They're really nice. You actually took time to do the dot. Oh.
Yeah, I did my fingers too.
Mikey, you have time.
To match the shoe.
Yeah.
You know what? Laura needs to give you good birth so that you can go and start doing omugwa. All these your nails. Maybe you will rest it for some time. How you doing?
Mates are nursing babies already.
You don't mind that.
So, Larry, God will bless you to give her work.
Amen.
Sitting at home.
How you doing, Nima?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Larry is nursing her broken collarbone right now.
I wish I could recovery.
After skiing.
In fact, I discovered that my daughter is getting confused with this language thing.
Oh.
I thought she was actually joking with me when she used to do the, what did you say? Yeah, it means and all that, and says one rubbish and interprets it. But yesterday she said, Mommy, Alakija means quickly. And she actually meant maza maza in Hausa. And you know, I'm learning from her too, because she picks from different houses. She picks from Zainab's family, picks from Oyinlola's family, speaks the Yoruba and Jam everywhere. But the proprietor advised that I should continue. Definitely she'll get there. This is the age for her to learn the languages, and I hope
That's
she
good.
gets there.
That's interesting. Cool. How you doing, Alaja
Uwa.
Ooh.
I have to shout out today. One to side at the MD of Betuzina. She gave us this hijab last year when we were doing World Hijab Day. So I decided to flaunt it since we're talking hijab today. And also the MD of Lasena who personally came. Serious matter. This healthy living is a good thing to live healthy. You know, he
because
personally
our water,
came.
sir, thank you so much.
Thank
really
you so much.
God bless you. She delivered it to us.
He delivered water, and I'm really
I didn't get
excited.
to.
Don't worry, we'll give you.
Get your
Let me quickly announce.
No, she'll get you. Get you.
So he will hear.
Send to all of us.
That's
So
complimentary copy.
I'm really excited. You know, it's gonna be.
We need to really find a way where we can get it consistently, because I need to really revamp my drinking water.
That's the problem.
I used to
Distribution.
give them at Shrine. I used to buy it at Shrine. Shrine people, they say they don't
tastes
like
funny,
it. It tastes funny.
It's
So
mineral
I've
water.
started giving them the bad water. And
You know,
they
your
seem to like
taste
the
bud
bad
actually
water.
needs to adjust. You know, some people can't get used to that taste because you're so used to drinking. Now, if I drink other type of water, it tastes very like I'm tasting chemicals in my mouth. So
So you're used to that.
Yeah,
That's
I
good
am
then.
already used to the
That's good.
The artisan.
Cool.
artisan water.
Let's take artisan water. That's true. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Back, we're starting with the Punch. Arms cash. Obanikoro returns 30 million naira to pay 470 million more. Federal government to raise VAT on champagne and luxury items. Worst leadership is in the church, says Adeboye. Lagos okays death sentence, imprisonment for kidnappers. Let's start with a major headline. Obanikoro said to return 30 million.
You know, he came back last year and submitted himself to the EFCC. From the reports, they said so far, with this 30 million, he's returned about 167 million, and that he promises to return more. I think
And he's been going consistently
to EFCC, and he's been, the plan is that 2017 he'll keep paying in tranches, you know.
I think he's a role model. I think he's setting a good example for even his children, because you see, posterity will be good to him, saying, okay, yes, you're found guilty, and somehow you're able to...
You are submitting the money. But he also made
He
allegations...
didn't go to trial, so he wasn't found guilty.
but the allegations.
Him returning the money is somewhat admitting that, you know...
And that's the kind of leadership and role models we're looking for. If someone like him runs for office tomorrow now, I'm likely to even vote for him, because I feel like, okay, I'm just saying tomorrow, because these are the kind of leaders who, you know where you're wrong, you admit it, and you don't run away from the law. That shows leadership for me. So I'm happy that
get a conviction.
You know,
well,
I'm
we'll see how
hoping
that
they
goes.
go on with prosecution, and then
I just want to
hopefully
celebrate.
since he's returning money, he is.
he also mentioned
he's
how
accepting
much
his
he
guilt.
gave Oga Fayoshi.
Yes, we
You
saw
know, this...
that one has Africa's been running around since last year. Let's move on to the other story. Worst leadership in Nigeria. Worst leadership in the church. By Adeboye. Who read that story? I read that.
I read it as well.
I think he harped more on the fact that corruption is due to lack of contentment. I think that was the key for me, and greed. That's what I took from that conversation. I don't really
But
think.
he also mentioned this, that in all honesty, that the church is supposed to be the place where you go to and you find
Leaders.
good leaders. That the sad part is that it's even worse in the church setting, which is true. And I keep telling people, don't follow people blindly. You know, you must also find a way to make sure that your head is screwed on right and you understand where you're going to. Don't follow any leader.
Can you
blindly.
remember that church leader where his members stole 30 million to give the church? When the hotel went to go and meet him, please.
It has entered offering
said
basket.
no, I can't, and he didn't return the money, and that is Kenny went to jail.
That's
Moving
leadership.
on
Corruption.
moving on to the
That's in
nation.
my country.
Buhari's power sector revival bill sparks crisis. Senators query conditions for the $174 million ADB loan. TCN workers protest removal of CEO Atiku. 6 remanded in Ibadan for army officers' murder. Federal government sets up panel to bring down food prices. Kidnappers in Lagos to die. Yeah, Ambode signs bill into law. Okay, let's talk about the major headline. Buhari's power sector. Who has the story?
So finally, we are getting a loan from the African Development Bank, about 170.
It was approved last year, actually, but it's just that the Senate is having an issue with it.
Having
Yes.
an issue with it now. They are saying that, you know, because one of the terms of the loan is that the African Development Bank will put a team together to take over the operations of the transmission company of Nigeria, and that
For 6 months.
for just 6 months. But that bothers the
Senate.
Senate because they think, you know, this company is a Nigerian company. It has not been privatized. Why would the African Development Bank be taking it over? But since the takeover for me is a temporary one,
Yeah.
and it's just to set things rolling.
Yes.
Even
They
if
feel
it's
it's a national asset. Why would you say it to...
Even if it's a one-year takeover. The truth is that they are giving you money and they want to be sure that this money will be used appropriately.
Judiciously.
So I think if you truly want to solve the problem, collect the money and let them come and take over. At least let them run it. You know, I think the plan, maybe the African Development Bank, they want to be sure that, okay, by the time I invest this money and they see how it's running and it's going, you cannot come back tomorrow and say that the team failed. Because they are the ones that have monitored it.
Because remember, the president is a Nigerian, so he knows how his people. He
knows
say, you know what, let me have my own team, go there, run it for 6 months first.
Because they know.
Set it in motion before I start. But the staff are also complaining.
Before you
They're
say
also
Jack, some people will start diverting the money.
The staff are also objecting because they feel that they're going to be
They are-
losing their
they
jobs.
don't want to lose, no, just because of the removal of their boss, Abubakar Atiku.
Yeah.
That's why they are screaming. And you know, the Nigerians, they worry me. We scream no power, we scream solutions will come, we still have problems
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
solution.
Moving on to Vanguard very quickly. Foreign investment inflow down by $4.5 million in 2016. Portfolio investments declined by over 500 billion naira. CBN auctions $660 million to shore up forex market, and FEC approves new national tax policy. TCN crisis looms between Senate and the federal government over the $174 million African Development Bank loan. We talked about that. Controversy: no Benin Oba was buried in Ife. Esogban of Benin replies Oba Kokwola. Okorocha should keep quiet when serious governors are talking, says Obiano. I wish I read that story.
I did.
And oh, you did good. Nigerian mom of quadruplets owes London hospital 192.5 million naira. Jesus. Let's start with the Obiano story, then we'll come to
The Obiano story, I know they're just abusing themselves because Okorocha said that the 3 governors, Southeast governors, are going to defect to APC. So Okorocha now answered him. Obiano now answered me. He should stop talking that kind of crap. That so Okorocha said that he's the worst governor. He's an aggressive dictator. No, he's an aggressive. He called him one name.
I don't mean to take sides, though, but for me, Obiano is doing magic, and Okorocha should please learn from him.
Really?
And which is what
Yes.
Okorocha said otherwise.
No,
You should
yesterday. Okorocha
you should
said
ask
that.
the Easterners and compare both states, the development
yes,
into two.
yeah, because the
Yes.
guy that answered Okorocha, Obiano now didn't answer. Somebody else now answered him, saying all the roads, all the schools, everything that
Exactly.
Obiano is doing.
Obiano is doing. You, what are you doing? You are only
He's steadily copying Lagos in the east.
Obiano.
Steadily.
Yes,
Copying Lagos.
interesting.
I hear he's
and
doing
then this
fantastic
one is
job.
now opening his mouth to be
It's not about mouth.
talking.
Let's
He's not
move-
paying salaries.
That's what.
This
what?
quadruple
London
woman.
woman.
Yes,
Exactly.
so
Her
her name is Priscilla.
Priscilla,
She was
oh.
supposed to, she's a health worker in Lagos, and she was going to the US to have a baby. She had IVF, and she was going to have 4 children. So I guess they advised that we go to America to go and give birth to these children. So when she got to the US, they realized that she didn't have,
She couldn't prove.
she couldn't prove
that she could pay her hospital
medical
bills.
So she was sent back to Lagos. Now, on her flight was en route Heathrow, UK to London and to
And to
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Unfortunately, fortunately, the baby's now
Let's
decided to
call
drop.
it fortunate.
Fortunately, the baby's now decided to drop in.
They want to be UK
UK citizens. So, but unfortunately, now she now has 100 and what's
And she lost one of the babies.
Two.
No, she lost one.
Immediately. She
Immediately.
gave birth.
Then they said on Saturday, the baby she named Deborah
Deborah.
died. She has Elijah and
Esther.
Esther that
She
are
should give
still
them
alive
African
now.
names.
So
Maybe
right
they'll
now she's
survive.
owing. But what do you think our
They're
government
biblical
can do?
names.
Eh?
Yes,
What do
what
you
is-
think our government can do?
Government, Bao.
I don't know now. How do we help her?
First
Now,
of
she's
all, the
owing this-
government should help her. I believe.
Nigerian
Yes.
government or their own government?
No,
They
which
should help
one?
her.
What concern
Nigerian government.
British
You-
government? Nigeria, she's a Nigerian citizen now.
Why didn't she go to Luth to go and have her children?
The truth is that she could have had them successfully in Nigeria.
It's true, actually.
Successfully in Nigeria.
But they advised her not to. Maybe
government hospital.
maybe they say she's a health worker. Maybe she sees how the health workers are
Maybe-
behaving. She says, no.
Let me not go and
they-
express
But Nigerians should assist her. Nigerians are
More than like 2 million naira.
well-meaning Nigerians can afford
no,
to
they
use
can't,
money
they
to
can't
buy
pay
cars
that bill.
now.
That one is the case of
The,
British
the
government.
NHS in the UK would help
They
her
should
with
just
that.
help her to
Well, I
bring
don't
her
even
back
know
and
why
look
she did
after
not
her.
get a health insurance.
In Nigeria or
where?
UK.
Yeah.
No, before leaving, you're supposed to have health insurance.
Not to have
Forget
this
about
kind of
those
baby.
health insurances.
These are just for you have a small
Forget-
headache. You have a clinic or not.
They will
going
not
on
even answer you.
not to go and born
They
for
will not
children.
answer you if you get sick.
Moving
there.
on to Daily
Huh?
Sun.
Wow. So
My
sad.
brother,
Federal government sets up panel to tackle food prices. Gives ministers 10 days marching orders. Picture here of Chief Razak Okoya and his wife receiving, I think, the present letter of notifying the chairman of the Eleganza Group. I think he's getting the award for Lifetime Achievement Award, actually. 41 Nigerians deportee from UK arrive. Government offers power firm for $538 million foreign loans. Lagos okays death penalty for kidnappers. Obiano bombs Okorocha again. So who has the major story?
The
Food?
Lagos State.
Lagos State, yes.
Yeah,
So
the Lagos State, they've
finally-
just said that it's like if they catch you for kidnapping, it's a life sentence. If your victim dies while he is
Yusuf will die.
Yusuf,
simple. And
So-
the governor signed it into law yesterday.
Yes,
So
it will become law.
it's now law within
it's law
Lagos
within
I'm
State.
so
Lagos.
excited about Lagos State. Edo State was the one that started this
kidnapping.
signing into law,
Death
death penalty. But I also want other states to follow suit because
It's a major
what
decision.
happened when Edo did it, the influx of kidnappers, they moved to other states. So if other states follow suit, I'm sure that it can actually reduce it.
It might
But
serve
the
as a
federal
deterrent.
government setting up a committee. This committee is, I think, the Minister for Agric, the Minister for Finance, and one other minister. They are part of this committee. The plan is for them to find ways to reduce the price of food
And
increase. They want to also increase VAT on luxury items. I would have really wished they had written like plans. What's this? Because
That's
I
it,
want
have
to
a
know
problem.
why they want to. Because let it not be like talk shop. Oh, we want to reduce the price. Of course, that's what every Nigerian wants to hear. But if they tell us how,
Okay.
People should
It
get in
makes more
touch with
sense.
they should get in touch with the reality. The ripple effect of the high price of dollar is crazy.
Me,
It's
I
why we
don't
have
even-
everything like this.
I don't
Even
even know
though
that
these foods
one.
are produced locally, somehow they get increased because cost of transportation, everything is
Nima, I don't know that one. All I know is me. I am the price of diesel, diesel,
don't even go there.
the price of everything. I'm groaning under the weight.
The other
of-
day I bought 1,000. I usually
So
buy
this change is not working
a bag,
for me.
a bag of chicken, smoked chicken, 1,600. Usually, it's just last week I bought it 2,300. Sometimes I used to buy 1,600.
Can you imagine? I went to buy palm oil, 30 liter
Palm oil,
can,
that one. they use-
20,000.
Yes, now.
I said
Used to
I'm
be 5,000
groaning.
or something.
Do you know how many people live in our
Let's
house?
say
I'm
you
groaning,
do
man.
palm oil. Please send palm oil to me, I beg.
Don't mind that. She's
Ah, you
enjoying
That's,
alone.
Ah,
yeah,
don't
she
do
sells
like this,
now.
oh.
There's one she doesn't sell. In fact, you're looking for. Let's take a break.
I'm going to be a billionaire.
When
this
we
year.
come back, we return, we talk about hijabites. what they face in our society. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Hijab is a veil that covers the head and chest worn by Muslim women beyond the age of puberty in the presence of adult male outside their immediate family as a form of modest attire. But different views from the society has made it look probably unappealing, with the cases of hijabites having challenges in the society, like some of them being accused of promiscuity, unsocial, timid, and anti all things Western. How do you view hijabites? Joining us on the show is the coordinator, Hijab Rights Advocacy Initiative, Mutiat Orolu Balogun, and a business owner, Olaya Rukayat Afolashade. Give us your view on 070-806-680, and you can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So, thanks for coming, ladies. Thanks for having me on our show. So, this issue of being a hijabite, we want to understand the challenges you go through daily, and why you're advocating, why there's even an advocacy group for that, because we're wondering, you're a normal citizen, but a lot of people don't understand that. So tell me your experiences, and why there's a need to have an advocacy group for hijabites.
Yes, to start with, to understand who an hijabi is a Muslim woman who covers.
Okay.
Yes, and then to cover as a Muslim woman is a religious obligation. In Islam, you have some things that you're obligated to do. That means they're compulsory for you to do. And then some, if you like, you can do them. It's better you do them, or if you like, you don't do them. Yes. And then the hijab falls under the category of those things you have to do.
Really?
Yes, it falls under things you have to do as a Muslim. It is compulsory. If you want to leave your house, then you have to wear the hijab. If you decide to stay at home all day, you don't have to wear it. Maybe only when you want to pray. Something like that. So the reason why we need to have an advocacy group, or the reason that what gives birth to hijab rights advocacy, is what we face in society. For instance, you want to take your driver's license. Some people will tell you you have to remove your hijab, or you have to bare your ears, or you want to do the voter's card, or you want to do your international passport, yeah. You know, or you even want to go for your antenatal. You understand? There are some places, okay, you want to maybe check my blood pressure. My hijab doesn't disturb that. But some people just feel, I don't want to see this. Take this up before you enter my office. You know, some doctors say that. So these things have been happening, you know, long enough.
Could it be?
But we need a voice to, you know, let people know, and then.
Could it be the inconsistency of it? Because some people think that there's some Muslims out there that don't wear hijabs. Why can't you be like them? They seem to be normal. They don't have to wear. So
to be
you choose.
more social.
They seem to be more social. So you choose this. So they're saying, if it's a choice, then why just take it off and let me do what I need to do with you? And you know, so maybe if all Muslims were wearing hijabs, possibly would have admitted and accepted that that's the lifestyle. But since we see the inconsistency, it's possible maybe why people feel that way.
Yes, I believe maybe that is part of the problem. Okay. But really, that shouldn't. I think that shouldn't be the attitude of society, right? This is why we call religion is faith. It is something you hold in your heart. It is something you understand. Everybody knows, for instance, if I may borrow from the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal. But some people that adhere to the 10 Commandments still steal anyway. Do we now say because of the inconsistency, then everybody should be left to steal? It's the same thing. You understand? So some people are Muslims, they know the hijab is compulsory. But for whatever reason, maybe they just feel that, man, this person's not, or they feel, I can't do it, or maybe the level of faith is not, you know, yet there. We all know we have various levels.
Can I come in there? Because
they decide not to.
You're saying the hijab is compulsory. The three of you are wearing 3 different kinds of hijab. So how do we determine which one is compulsory? Because nobody can see only her eyes.
Okay.
There are some that you don't even see the eyes. That will be covering.
I'm sorry. Like some 4 years back, I dress normally. I open my hair, you know. I wear my trousers. I was working in the bank, so I feel faith and Islam and everything we do in life, both here and hereafter, has level. Just like we don't live on normal level, your faith has level, and so does paradise. We have 7 paradise, and the benefits and the goodies in it are different. You can't use a particular fund to get the same fund you're using to get a house in Magodo for a house in somewhere in UK or something.
Yeah.
So it differs. It depends on what you
Faith,
want.
the level of your faith.
Yeah, exactly.
But wait,
What you want to use to buy your hereafter.
Does it make her any less more spiritual than you? That
I
decides
don't
to
want to
wear.
go spiritual
No,
because
I'm asking.
yeah, it is.
Because
It
when
does.
I see,
It does.
when I see you now, and I see her, and I see Nima, 3 different lengths, 3 different
It
hijab.
does.
Does it mean that, okay, you are the most spiritual person? Because we still see people that cover their eyes, and we know what they do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't, I
The
believe...
Nima looks more approachable, more
Do you understand?
acceptable.
Let me attempt to answer.
But attempt to answer my
Let me
question.
attempt to answer what
you see
Lady in the
pastor
middle.
Wait.
steal money.
Let me
Just
attempt.
like you see a pastor steal money and commit adultery. That doesn't make
Christianity bad.
yeah.
No,
Let me
no,
let
okay.
Let me attempt to
No, but I
answer.
don't think.
Hang
I
in a
think
YK. Let me let Nima respond to this.
The Quranic injunction says cover to the bosom. Now the wives of the prophet were supposed to be talked to behind the veil. Hence this was designed. Do you understand? So when you get to that level of faith, you want to be like the women around the prophet, you get to this level of faith. But this is allowed. You wear your hijab,
So it doesn't
cover
make
your
you less
bosom.
spiritual.
so. You are
It doesn't.
You are going to
And
be
now
like
what
this,
is in
so-
your heart, that is what Allah uses to to judge you. It deals with your level of righteousness. So the level of faith that you have. I once met a senior colleague that said to me that, this your hijab, although I don't like it. He's also a Muslim. He said, I don't like this hijab. I don't think I would like my daughters to do it, but this your one I think is okay, it's manageable. And then I said to him, that's not wrong. It doesn't make what they do wrong. It means I am trying to be moderate. Do you understand? I don't want a level of hijab I might not find myself comfortable in, just like she explained. It doesn't mean that is the level of righteousness or that is the acceptable level of
But
dressing.
I think it's pertinent to
Yes.
say at this juncture is that the hijab has its conditions, or maybe
Yes.
you have laid down rules,
Yes.
and then the Quranic verse is for you to now read it and then understand that okay, God said cover like this,
This like
cover
this.
your body, be modest. What am I going to wear that is going to cover my body to be modest? Our body types are different. Somebody slimmer might wear something, we might have the same garments. Someone is slimmer and maybe not full bodied, might wear it and she looks, all covered. Somebody else might put it on and then you are seeing the whole figure. So, and then for this person she qualifies and this she doesn't qualify, and it's the same garment.
All right,
So,
YK,
are you married?
Hang on, let me YK come in here.
Okay, I want to ask a
I've
question.
seen the
Hijab, right?
yeah, some just wear and then throw it over.
That's a veil.
That's one. Our president's wife only wears a turban, so but she covers her body, but she's not like Nima. Then I have also seen, once I was traveling from Senegal to Morocco, somewhere like that, I can't remember. All the women on that plane were like you or like Nima. All.
Sorry,
And when we got inside the plane, what happened? All of them removed. In fact, under the
Hey, the kind of clothes.
the makeup, all our musicians were there. We all of us, men, women, were like, look, Then they were doing, So for me, that was like hypocrisy, because you were all downstairs in the airport, you were all doing. We now enter the plane.
Now, okay,
let
let me let her
Case
respond.
change.
What's the
I wanted to
Okay.
respond to that.
Okay. Firstly, when it comes to being spiritual, let me cite an example because it's also in the Bible. After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finished creating hell and paradise, he asked Angel Jibril to go and check what he has done. When he got back, Angel Jibril had to tell Allah his observation. He said, Ya Allah, the things you surrounded hell with are the things people would want to do that will attract their hearts. And the things you surrounded the paradise with are things that will be very difficult for them and they won't want to do it. So it takes commitment and self-discipline to get closer to God. So it now depends on you, because I know I just started gradually, and I was finding the peace and the love I needed from it, and I'm happy with it. I can't trade this for the billions of pounds in the world.
All right.
In addition to what she said, I also already tried to explain to YK why those people do that. I'm from Auchi, and most of the time when you see people in hijab in my place, it's like a custom. My grandma used to be like this. Both of my grandmothers dressed like this till they lost their husbands. But it was like a custom for them, where you find women, you know, just throw it over the shoulder. Your gele will be standing on point, but you know, your hijab is now a signal of, I'm a married woman, I'm a Muslim. They didn't understand the concept of hijab like it was, you know, prescribed. They fell into religion without knowledge. Do you understand? So for them, like YK said, in the north, most of them, it's like a custom for them. Even the non-Muslims, when they go out, they have their hijabs on their shoulder. So you cannot determine hijab like that. And I know Senegalese women do it a lot. Once they are in an enclosed place, they think, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. It doesn't matter whose husband is there. They don't observe the rule of Maram. Rules of Maram is that your close male family members, your husband, brother, not your brother-in-law, your husband, your brother, your father-in-law, you know, those are your maram, those are the rules. But you know, they observe it like a custom, and then they let go. And then when you see, when YK observed that, you know, she would have generalized it. But you know, mistakenly.
And I
wanted to say something.
I didn't mistake it.
I
saw it new.
Those ones,
so
okay.
I think to add, I also had an experience when I was traveling. I was going to the UK. I was doing my master's then. After checking in, you know, almost boarding, a custom officer stopped me. I said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to the UK." "Why are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing my master's." "Are you going to go like this?" I said, "Yes." He said, "When you get there, are you going to dress like this?" I said, "This is how I always dress." He said, "May God bless you." He said, because a lot of Muslim women, maybe when they are home, their family is there, you know, the dress, and when they get to a foreign land, nobody knows them, they cast it off. We are not wearing it for any human being. We are wearing it for God. It is, you know, it is a divine injunction.
Okay, let me take a quick break.
That is why we went.
Fantastic. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we still have our hijabites here to learn about the niqab and other angles. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so I wanted to ask you, there's a general saying out there that men are attracted by what they see. You know, so how does a man get attracted to somebody like you? You're dressed like that. How does a man get attracted to you as you are right now? Let me who wants to take that question?
Okay, maybe I should start from what the concept of love is to a Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah? The concept of love to a Muslim is you fall in love, but first with your Creator. You fall in love with God first, before a human being. And then when you know what God wants, if, for instance, I want to fall in love with a man, I'm looking for those qualities that would aid the kind of person I am. So maybe while others might look for this, I'm looking for something else. So what makes me fall in love with him? Because he has fallen in love with God, and then he has all these qualities that will aid, you know, my own.
Man can't see her.
You understand?
That was why I asked her if she's married.
She's married in Islam. Islam doesn't come to say you're just all holy, just fall in love with the qualities. He prays, he fasts. They want there to be a physical attraction.
Exactly.
That's why there is a rule in Islam. If you see a lady, even the Prophet ﷺ said, if you see a lady that you like, look at her very well. Doesn't mean she should cast off her hijab. She will need to take off her niqab. She will need to take off that if a man wants to.
Usually, there are some Muslims, professors, noted people that knows this is what they want. They want a woman that is covered. So they go to their, maybe their leader in Islam. They're like, I want a niqab sister, and then get good husbands.
Hey, wait, how will he see your face?
Yes, he will pay money.
Okay.
Oh, you pay to see your face?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, but you are married, and your husband, you won't wear this before you
She's
go
talking
married.
about this. That's about the
So,
marriage.
was it your husband's request that you...
I don't want to go there because it's deep. I don't want to go there. Yeah.
Okay, can I say something? Because this morning, I deliberately wore the hijab that my friend gave to me to just, you know, be in line with solidarity. But you see, I noticed that as I was coming, there's a particular driver in TVC that would wait for me to always say good morning. And from afar, he was shouting, Alaja Ikaro, Alaja Ikaro. So I was wondering, is it, okay, I think I'm wearing something that is making him, you know, greet me. There's a level of, what's it called, respect or something that the hijab draws. Do you understand?
Sure.
Why do you feel it's like that? Do you think, because I don't believe that everybody that covers their head, they are saints.
So, in Islam, whatever, generally, whatever God has ordered for you to do, He has blessed. And anything He has said it is a ram or don't do, He has cursed. So, in as much as you're associating yourself with that thing God has ordered you to do, you in fact, the kind of spiritual...
but wait, Auntie, you're not answering my question.
I'm answering your question.
She has answered you now.
Yes.
God has blessed what
I can just put an evidence to that.
You experience
If
the
you
bliss.
go to Quran 33, verse 59, that talks the other verse that talks about hijab, God specifically said so that they will be known as free and respectable women.
Can I ask you a personal question?
So the hijab, I think, comes with that. Yes.
Do you look at other women like me? I like to.
Why can't you not show
You see them as demonic.
Do you look at us as evil, demonic,
At
loose, or are you judgmental,
At
or
all,
you
at
just
all.
say, well, that's.
At all. I still mingle.
Mm.
And I was
That's not the
like,
question I asked.
I don't cover my hair 4 years back.
So do you look at them?
No,
How do you
why
see them?
would
Okay.
I?
Okay, because you're used to
If I
them.
may rest,
Yes.
okay.
Let me
Let's
let you
yes.
respond.
I think every human being is judgmental.
Thank you.
First, I might have my preferences. Like I like to, mix with people that are yellow like myself. Black people, they are not my thing. You understand? And when I see somebody fair, there's a natural attraction that these are the kind of people that or this person looks like my mom, or this person looks like a friend. About being judgmental is now to say, oh, I'm not going to greet her. See how she's dressed. Or if I'm in the office, I'm meant to take a file from my table and I'll say, drop your file. Don't worry, come back. When should I come back? Come back next week. Or come back in 1 month time and I'll not treat your file just because of the way you are dressed. That is when I'm becoming judgmental.
But people do that.
But yes, people do that. And then we hijabis are the one usually at the end of the spectrum.
Yes.
We usually experience it most.
Let me share an example of something.
Yes, and then again, she's asking, are we thinking that you are evil? Okay, yes, we cover the hijab, we wear the hijab, but we have our own personalities. We have our personalities. People see my younger son and say, oh, you guys look alike, but there are a lot of things we are not. I'm an extrovert. I try to mix with people. I talk a lot. She's the kind of person that you have to push and punch and pinch before you get something out of her. So we are still our characters. I love beautiful things. When I tell people I'm almost psychedelic, I love colors, I like this. People don't believe because
I don't
for
believe
goodness
that.
sake, you are wearing.
Let me take this one. Hang in there. Let me take a cup of my Abuja.
Yes,
I have a cup of my Abuja. Shakira, are you there? Shakira.
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Ladies in the house. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. The topic of discussion this morning is one of our interest to me, and I like it so much. My contribution is that the concept of hijab. My contribution is that the concept of hijab by Allah is more for human beings than it is more for Allah. Because if Allah made it compulsory on every matured woman in order to guide against the fitna that comes with the exposure of an adult female body. So when you cover, the hijab itself is it means covering. When you cover that part that you know is bound to bring so many bad things, of course, to the mind of a matured man when he's
Okay. Thank you very much, Shakira. Yes.
I'm trying to have a question.
Can I take some tweets after?
When I was in school, I had to go to a purely Muslim school at some point, in my life, and would wear, because we were also mandated to tie our hair, at least for Christians, but the Muslims would wear the hijab. But I used to see students with the hijab, they are hiding chokes under the hijab. And now, with...
What's chokes?
You don't know chokes.
Expo.
That's expo. Okay. Right? Scribble things down. And they hide it under the hijab. And now in secondary schools, where people are advocating that for the Muslim girls, for them to wear their hijab and all that, don't you think, I believe that within the school premises, everybody should be seen, the same. Then probably when they step out of the school buildings, I know it's a sensitive issue because it's sparked up a lot of controversy.
Sure.
But why are you people advocating for students to? Because me, I have seen it with my eyes. It's not like somebody told me. People use it to cheat sometimes, So why do you think you're advocating for schoolgirls to wear the hijab?
Okay, firstly, on the issue of chokes, I've seen people put chokes in their bra,
Yes, so it's
in
true.
their tights, in their panties. Do we ban all that? Do we tell people not to wear all that as well? So I will even see videos of people going into the mall, stealing things, and the girl is wearing just a short dress
How
and
did
something,
she even
and
hide
then, and then you're wondering how was she able to hide that in that small
Skimpy
space.
thing.
So what we are meant to tackle first is, you know, the morality. You know, when we were growing up, your teacher dare not catch you with chokes or you were exam malpractice. Unlike what we hear now, even teachers conniving and helping. So now the main problem we have and why this advocacy is out there is because we should not see each other as the same because we aren't the same.
Okay.
We should not see everybody's viewpoint as it has to be the same. Oh, we are all Nigerians. That means if we all want to be the same, let us all dress like this. Let it be my own kind of the same. And then I will be fine.
Gotcha.
But saying that we all should be the kind of your own the same, and then some people will always feel hurt because every day my child is going to school, I brought her out with hijab, she feels naked. She cannot.
Let me take this call from Uyo.
Yes, it's
Etuk, are you
menstruation.
there?
Yes.
Etuk, are you there? Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Etuk.
Yes, go
I'm
ahead.
calling from Uyo.
Yes.
Imesiere.
Okay. My contribution is this. I know Nigeria is a secular state, and as such, there is freedom of worship. And part of it is that in Islam, one or some group of believers there, they need to wear what you call hijab. But I want to say that this doesn't allow the security personnel and some members of the public. You know, these days we watch our own environment. It doesn't allow us to detect who is a bad person or not. And I want to suggest if the body, that Islamic body, or the mosque, or people that are in charge of that group or that religious group, let them take responsibility. Because if something happened that is not good, and it affects innocent people in the society, some people can hide bomb inside.
Okay.
We are
Point
not saying
taken,
that
Etuk.
where the hijab is bad.
I get your point. I get your point. Let me let
The issue of the security has already
Security
been
issue.
defeated because we've had this argument over the years and we still have bombings without the hijab. I wanted to add to what Stamutia was saying about the requirement for secondary schools. In Islam, the age of puberty comes very early, starts with menstruation, and at that age, you're still in secondary school. That is why the hijab is required for them. That's why we're advocating that, you know, they be allowed to start to obey the injunctions of their creator from that age. I don't compel my daughter at her age to wear the hijab. I only teach her. She finds it beautiful, she wants to wear it. Mommy is wearing it, she wants to wear it. That's a different thing. But I want her to grow with the understanding. And now when she's in secondary school and has the understanding, and then someone is saying to her, your mom is forcing you, or what you're doing, I don't want it. You know, that's confusing the child.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Now let me come to the issue of colors. Because does it have to be black or dark? I mean, can we have nice bright colors? You know, because even if they're brighter, maybe they're looking more attractive.
I don't believe.
So why does it have to be black and blue? Yes.
I love colorful wears, and when I'm in the house, I do that. But there are some Islam that just want to remain on a particular level, but there are dates. Prophet was asked by one of his Ummah, what color is best for a woman? He said black, to cool down her beauty. But any other cool or dark colors will go.
To tone it down.
Then for men, white is the best for them. So there's nothing like some thinking about and doing. It's something you
must
really
follow.
Yes,
Auntie, let me explain something to you. Those Arab women that are wearing this black, they are very fine. So when they wear the black, the contrast makes them extremely beautiful.
Exactly.
So all this one,
black people.
do you understand?
And
So all this one,
the only prophet was probably from that side.
I'm telling you.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
Maybe I'm on foreign religion matter.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back on this color issue. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome
Thanks for staying with us. I think I have Mr. Konde from Ilorin. Are you still there, sir? Mr. Konde, actually. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. Oh,
Yes, I'm a full-time.
welcome to the show. Oh, I think
Actually, what I want to review about the person that used the call.
yes.
Hello.
Go ahead, we can hear you. It's a bit muffled.
Hello.
Go ahead. Fire on.
Okay, we lost that call.
I wanted to say, I was just saying during the break that if you go to Saudi Arabia, because my friend visited, and when you wear the,
Black.
is it the, what do you call it again?
Niqab.
The niqab or the normal hijab and all that, you are treated like a queen. The woman is not allowed to lift a finger. As in, even her bag, if she has a child, everything, she does not touch anything. She just walks like a queen gracefully and she's walking. Why are our Nigerian men, Muslims, that we see a woman wearing this kind of royal robe,
Back the baby.
and now back baby, carry handbag, carry market bag? It's not, it's not appropriate. So I think there should be some form of enlightenment, because when you wear this, you're supposed to actually look graceful.
Okay.
You're supposed to look
I
like
agree with you.
royalty.
Let me take
Well, I have a
Khadija.
question.
Let me take Khadija. Khadija, are you
It's a
there?
question that has been going to 15
Khadija, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yes, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, this is a first-time caller.
Welcome to the
Khadija. Yes, I must commend this program. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And I must commend the presenters. I do enjoy your program. And to our sisters in the house, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yes. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin, to have you in the studio. Like I do tell my colleagues, I also put on hijab. And what I do tell them is that if you look at mother of Jesus, that's Mary, that we know as Miriam, she uses veil. How does she look? So that is the person we copy. And we want to look like her. We want to take after her. Because she's also one of the blessed women Allah has ever created.
She used to wear white veil.
Of mother of Jesus. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Khadija.
I have a question.
I have a problem.
Hang in there, Waki. Let me let
Samutia, you are the chairperson of the Hijab Rights Advocacy Group. And I know that you are aware of a lot of things. Being a lawyer also, we know that professionally, women with the hijab suffer a lot. Especially in the legal profession, for instance, we know the hindrances that will come. Can you take us through that journey and what you are achieving
Before
right
you
now?
answer that question, let me, because there's an experience of a lady called Sherifat, and she actually goes to CTD. She was saying that she was in the house wearing a very short skirt and a top, and she realized that she needed salt, and the supermarket is right down the street. So she just put on the full hijab, rushed down there, and the security guard said, "We don't have." And she said, "I want to buy salt." "We don't have." They didn't allow her to enter at all. "We don't have." She went back to the house, changed her clothes, wore the shorter hijab, and she came in, and the man said, "Oh, welcome, ma. Let her enter." This happened in our neighborhood here. So that kind of person, can she sue? Or can she have a legal case against that kind of discrimination?
Yes, it is obvious. It is a clear case of discrimination, and Section 42 of 1999 Constitution clearly states that no person, because it belongs to a particular sex, race, religion, ethnic group, or political opinion, shall be discriminated against or made subject to other situations that other people are not made to. So that is a clear case. But to Nima's question, that as a law student, although compromises were made, so to speak, which, as a law student, you are required to wear black and white. And then in some schools, I know they did not permit the hijab at all. If you're going to be a law student, you couldn't wear the hijab. Maybe at best, you'll be allowed to wear a scarf or the cap. But in the school I attended last, we were allowed to wear the hijab. Maybe white hijab or black hijab. You just had to wear black and white or all black. And then getting to law school, I was in Lagos Law School as well. It was a battle, coming to address us to say, okay, yeah, you have to dress the same, you have to be the same, wearing the hijab. And maybe like the first term, of course, I wore something shorter than this. Yeah. And then resuming second term, I was being told, you especially, you cannot wear this kind of hijab. It has to be, really small one, or you have to just tie it over your head.
Let me take
and
this
then, okay.
For Abdulaziz from Idimu. Sorry for keeping you. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. This
Morning.
is
Go ahead, please.
From Idimu.
Yes.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Now, my contribution goes thus. There are 10 basic principles to wearing of hijab, and I will likely run through that. The first thing is that it mustn't be something that is too cheap, highly too expensive, or lowly too cheap. Secondly, it shouldn't be a body hug. Thirdly is that it is a single lining that covers from the head down to your toe. Then another thing we should understand is that when you are putting on your hijab, you are doing it for Allah's sake. It is not for anybody's sake, not because of your husband or because of your family. It makes you respectable in the community. Another thing we need to take into consideration is that this hijab we are talking about shouldn't be made with a material that is too that is dazzling. You don't use a dazzling material. There is something that dazzles. It attracts men a lot. Then you should also understand that this material we are using for our hijab shouldn't be transparent. It should be something that will make you comfortable, something that will be free.
Okay, we're running out of time, Abdulaziz.
Transparent material.
Unfortunately, we can't take it all. Thank you very much.
Let me take some tweets. Can I just take some tweets?
Please.
Okay. Burqa, bird powder, hijab is more traditional in the Middle Easterners than religious as we have radicalized here. Our corridor says, I never said they are not humans. I'm not misjudging their religion. I'm only asking if their religion permits dating. Kayla Kendo, please caution your guests to remain within their religion and not make reference to pastors and Christians. that always says, but when it comes to matters of identification, stroke security, the covering of the face shouldn't be in contention. Leo Light photograph says, if that fully covered hijab woman is the president, would she cover her face like that? How do I know the president?
God's son says, as a Christian, I support hijab. Men get attracted to what they see, and what women wear these days is out of hand. Pearl says, love, peace, and unity is what you should preach, not quoting Quran to support women wearing hijab. Okay. Then I think that's about it.
Okay, Samuel, I wanted you to talk about what you're doing with the group.
Yes.
To
make awareness. So basically what we do in summary is that where women are being discriminated against for wearing the hijab, maybe they want to do their driver's license, international passports. Even recently, some girls wanted to register for WAEC. They were having issues because we were wearing hijab. We had to go down there to help out.
You need your ears to show.
You don't need your ears to show. You need
your international passport.
I have an international passport.
Yes. Excuse me.
My visa to
is
Paris.
She a
they needed my ear.
What did you say?
See all her makeup on her face.
Is she?
You are not wearing makeup. She's wearing makeup.
You know, when I wanted to take my passport, it was so bad because my ears are way to the back. They had to put paper here so my ears could show. So I'm saying that, is it not?
I understand that part, but the thing is that what you really need, and I think the standard is usually your full face features, from your forehead to your chin and in front of your earlobes. I know maybe for people that don't cover, they might insist they might see the ears, but even if you look at the UK regulations, they have pictures of hijabs that they will allow and they will not allow.
Okay. So it's good to know that
it's from here to here and
your
here
group
to here.
is available to assist people like that, because there are a lot of young girls out there who are going through this, and it's good to know.
And they can reach us on www.hijabadvocacy.com.ng. hijabadvocacy.com.ng. Yes,
that's all.
And then we have our email and then our phone numbers there.
Did you ask me about email?
Yes.
Please answer. Why is
no, you're not a sinner.
No, let her answer.
Oh, I cannot answer if someone is a sinner or not. That's the first thing. Because what are sins and who is committing against? But everybody knows this is the condition of the hijab, and you try your best to fulfill it.
Yeah, I still say the color.
This dress is not sexy.
The color.
Yes.
Why are you standing up?
I think I was trying to explain that
different
colors is a matter of preference.
So somebody can wear a white hijab or a pink hijab.
People wear it, but the thing is that a person might wear a pink hijab, but the thing is that, like that caller was saying, you want to look at the condition of hijab, and you want to look how best it suits into it.
Excuse me, can I just say that it looks as if this Quran was written by a man, and he didn't want his wife to be attractive.
Okay, we have to.
Unfortunately,
you keep that question. You look very. You ask that question after the show.
But we know for the anatomy of the woman by nature, the anatomy of the woman, she's more attractive than the man.
Mutiu, we have to run. Sorry. That's all we can take on the show.
Thank you.
All other questions for YK after the show, right? Have a lovely day.
I have millions.
I hope you learned a lot on hijab. I have, certainly. Yeah. But I'm still going to ask about that color matter. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.